Let's talk about inositol. Many people take it for PCOS and insulin resistance, and some recommend it for sleep and mental health. But is there any evidence to support its use? Well, in this video, I'll tell you about some amazing benefits of inositol that are actually supported by scientific literature. And on the flip side, I also want to bring up some very common reported benefits of inositol which are just not supported by any strong evidence. And at the end of the video, we'll talk about important safety data and potential side effects you need to be aware of when you take this supplement. But first, what is inositol? Well, it's a sugar-like compound that is often referred to as vitamin B8. But it's not actually a vitamin. It's essential in many biochemical pathways in our bodies. And our body naturally synthesizes inositol mostly in our kidneys. Inositol is also found in foods that are rich in fiber, like beans, brown rice, and citrus fruits. And perhaps the most studied use of inositol is in the treatment of PCOS, or polycystic ovary syndrome. And a recent meta-analysis of 26 randomized controlled trials that included almost 1,700 patients showed that using inositol was a safe and effective treatment for PCOS, and it was found to be non-inferior when compared to the gold standard treatment with metformin. More specifically, it showed effect on BMI, free and total testosterone, and on glucose and insulin levels. And another meta-analysis of 6 randomized controlled trials published in Gynecological Endocrinology showed that treatment with inositol was better tolerated and had less adverse events than treatment with metformin. And since there are many different types of inositol, I want to highlight a 2019 randomized controlled trial that showed that a 40:1 ratio of myo-inositol to D-chiro-inositol at 2 grams twice a day for 3 months was the most effective ratio to restore ovulation in women with PCOS. Inositol was also studied in gestational diabetes. In a recent systematic review and meta-analysis of 7 randomized controlled trials showed that 4 grams of myo-inositol per day significantly decreased the incidence of gestational diabetes, significantly decreased plasma glucose levels, and decreased the need for insulin treatment. It also reduced the incidence of preterm delivery and neonatal hypoglycemia or low blood sugars. Next, there's also some solid evidence supporting the use of inositol in the treatment of metabolic health. A 2018 systematic review and meta-analysis of 14 randomized controlled trials showed that inositol supplementation significantly decreased triglycerides and LDL cholesterol levels. Another randomized control study evaluated postmenopausal women with metabolic syndrome and found that treatment with myo-inositol at 2 grams twice daily for 12 months led to significant improvement in glucose and insulin levels, as well as decrease in markers of insulin resistance. Inositol also seems to have effect on your blood pressure, as a recent meta-analysis of 7 randomized controlled trials showed that supplementation with inositol significantly decreased systolic and diastolic blood pressure. But the analysis did show a lot of heterogeneity, and we would need much larger randomized controlled trials to validate these findings. By the way, if you are taking inositol, let me know in the comments below if you had any success with it and what